Welcome to our hula hooping tutorial on CAPS, Continuous Assembly Patterns.
Good day, hula hoopers, and welcome back to the Sacred Flow Art channel. I'm Liora of Full Circle Phenomenal, and today we're in Cartagena, Colombia. Fun fact about this area is as it's right along the Caribbean coast, they actually built a wall way back in the day that they would close throughout the night and reopen up back in the morning to keep a certain part of this city safe. Be sure to stay tuned for the end of this video for clips around Cartagena so you can get a real authentic feel of what it's like here. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and the notification bell to be notified every time we post a new video. 2 new tutorials every single week in 4K Ultra HD from all around the world as Jesse and I drive around the world on the Unite the World Firsthand global movement. For more adventures on our Drive Around the World movement and sneak peeks into our projects that we're growing around the world, head over to our YouTube channel, Full Circle Phenomenal. Today's tutorial is an introduction on caps, which most people do with 2 hula hoops. That's the goal. Now, when I started learning caps, I learned it with poi, so I was working with 2. And it would make sense to do it with 2 with the hula hoops as well. But we're going to start by breaking it down and just focusing on one hand at a time, then the other hand, and one hula hoop at a time. Join us in our next caps tutorial to put the 2 together, and we're gonna be going over more of the techie terminology like together same and split same, opposite directions, wall planes, hall planes, and so on. Today we're just going to be focusing on the foundations of what caps are and how to do them. So the word caps actually stands for Continuous Assembly Patterns. Now the prerequisites for this trick are anti-spin flowers in both directions with both hands. Also, extensions in both directions with both hands. Now, a cap is keeping the hula hoop going in the same direction with the spin, but we're going to be changing what direction our arm is traveling in.
With a basic extension, our arm is going to be traveling in the same direction that the hula hoop is spinning, whereas an anti-spin flower, our arm is traveling in the opposite direction from which the hula hoop is spinning. Caps are going to be combining these 2 tricks together and cutting them in half. So we're going to be doing half of an extension, half of an anti-spin flower, and half of a circle.
So we're going to be, with our arm, traveling in a half circle and then switching directions to travel again in a half circle, retracing our steps and back and forth. And we're going to start by doing a cap downwards. These caps can be done downwards on both sides of the body and up over the head with both hands in both the wall plane and the hall plane. So there's many variations to this, and it gets even more complicated when we add a second hula hoop. So we're just breaking it down with 1. To begin, get the hula hoop spinning in towards your body. Now we're going to begin with the anti-spin first. So we're going to fully extend our arm out away from our body, not crossing over our body, but out away from our body. And we're going to do an anti-spin petal or flower petal down, keeping the hula hoop going in the same direction that it was traveling in, and out to crossing over the body. That is half of the trick. The next half of the trick is, while keeping the hula hoop spinning in this same direction, switching directions with your arm. So we're going to allow the hula hoop to keep its momentum and do an extension back to the original starting position. That's the full cap. We're doing a anti-spin pedal down, over, and an extension to come back. See if you can keep your arm as straight as possible throughout the entirety of this trick. And once you have it good in one direction, switch directions of the hula hoop And the arm will be doing essentially the same thing by tracing back and forth. So get it started over on the same side, but this time it's not going to be doing an anti-spin first. It's going to be doing the extension first, underneath. And it'll come up, do an anti-spin down, pedal down, and out to the starting position. Cap, out. In, cap, out. Next, give your other hand a try. Get it spinning in towards your body. I personally find that starting with the anti-spin, so starting with it moving in towards your body, is easier. So we're going to do a dip down for the anti-spin and over across the body. Then allow gravity, allow the momentum to keep it going, dropping it to do an extension back. Don't rush through it. Slower is faster here. We have the ability to hold on to the hula hoop for most of this. Gives you an advantage. It gives you more control over the hula hoop. And reverse directions. Extension first, pedal, and out. Great, now that you've got caps on the downward part, it's time to start practicing along the sides. We're going to start up high and allow gravity to just pull the hula hoop down first. That will be the first move, the extension first. Up halfway makes the anti-spin. Allow gravity to pull it back up to the top. So we're going extension, anti-spin, up. Extension, anti-spin, up. Then practice going in the other direction. So this time we were using gravity to pull it down, but now we're going to be using gravity to pull it in towards the body, first starting with the anti-spin, and then extending it all the way back up. Anti-spin, pedal down, extension up. Once you've got it good, both directions on that side, give that arm a break, and let's move to the other side. Starting up high to let gravity do its magic, we're going to extend it down, cap, or flower pedal it back up. When I first started learning this with the poi, I thought that the pattern looked kind of like a bean, and that the cap was the larger part of this bean. I've been starting us on the top just so that we can use gravity to our advantage, but feel free to start from the bottom as well. It's good to be able to do this from every direction, every angle. Doing the top section now, we're going to swoop it up for a full extension and then anti-spin it back, keeping it along the top part of your body and keeping your arm moving as close to 180 degrees as you can. Once you've got it in one direction, switch directions. And switch hands. Swooping over for an extension, anti-spin it back. And switch directions. Great job, poopers. Now all that's left to do is practice this in the other variations, the other planes. So we've got the hall plane to practice it in. Basically what you could be doing is just turning your body 90 degrees and practicing the same trick again, with the other hand turning the other 90 degrees. Other than that, keep drilling it and we'll see you in our next tutorial. Thanks so much for joining me in practice today. Don't forget to comment and share this video with your friends and Flowmates. We wouldn't be able to grow the flow arts community around the whole world if it wasn't for your support. On that note, this video was sponsored by our lovely patrons. Thank you so much for supporting us every single month. And if you're inspired by this video, it's time to get motivated and act. Check out our different tiers on Patreon, patreon.com/Unite the World Firsthand, to see where your money would go and just how much a few dollars a month goes to creating a united world. We'll see you around the world.